D's retiring. And to celebrate, I'm treating our parents to a trip to France. Starting today, I'll be borrowing your platinum card for the adventure. Time to live it up on your credit card. What an exciting getaway. What are you talking about? Just what I said. No, I need you to clarify what you mean by just what I said. We really need to get moving. I understand that. We'll head out soon, but I need to get on with my plans for now. Just one thing, the credit card isn't going to work. Huh? My husband, Park, who's been unemployed, took my credit card to treat our in-laws to a trip. I've put up with a lot from him, but now it's my turn. When he gets back from this trip, I want him to have some serious regrets. I'm Leah, a 32-year-old professional. After graduating from a top university, I landed a solid job at a major company, earning good reviews. Despite being relatively young, my salary is enough to support Park, who doesn't work, and hypothetically a child, if we were to have one. We've been married for 2 years and are considering starting a family soon. On the surface, I should be enjoying my newlywed life, but I'm not. The child part is still hypothetical, but Park's unemployment is all too real. I'm not hungry for dinner. I snacked earlier. That's fine, but how's the job search going? I didn't go to any interviews today, just stayed home browsing job websites. Park quit his job a year ago and has been searching for work ever since. Technically, he's done some part-time work, but he never sticks with it for long. He bounces from job to job, quitting shortly after starting, then relaxing for a while before searching again. You're only looking at part-time jobs, aren't you? I'm considering both full-time and part-time options. Why not focus solely on full-time positions? I know, but I believe there's a right time for everything. I wish Park would find a stable job, but I can't push him too hard. He left his last job due to a conflict over company policies. His boss was notoriously difficult, and when he stood up for his colleagues, they sided with the boss instead of him. After feeling betrayed, he couldn't handle it anymore and decided to leave. Park, dinner's ready. Can you bring it here? After quitting, Park withdrew and stayed in his room for weeks. Eventually, he began helping out with household chores. I'll do the dishes. Really? Thanks. Sure, it's all yours. Yeah, I've got plenty of time. He joked, but his smile felt forced. After another couple of weeks, he started actively job hunting again. I have an interview today. Is it your top choice? Definitely. I'm going to nail this and make a fresh start. I'm rooting for you. Give it your best shot. A month after leaving his job, Park intensified his job search, but even then, he struggled to find opportunities. Why am I getting rejected every time? Damn it. It's my previous company's fault. Don't let it get to you. You'll find something that fits. Of course, I'm frustrated. I didn't do anything wrong. Park might not be completely innocent, but the issues at his last job weren't entirely his fault. Still, leaving over interpersonal conflicts doesn't look great on a resume. It feels like I can't do anything right anymore. That's not true. You have an interview tomorrow. Let's revise your resume together. It's pointless. I'm not going to that interview. Repeated rejections took a toll on Park's confidence. One day, I returned home to find shredded resumes scattered across the living room floor. It was clear the last interview hadn't gone well, so I chose my words carefully. Can you clean that mess up? I'm done. Done with what? Job hunting. We can get by on Layla's income, right? I don't need to work. Technically, we could live off my salary alone. Some people thrive as full-time homemakers, but that's not Park's case. He's just avoiding reality. I understand his reluctance after a bad experience at his previous job and the struggles he's faced while searching for new work. So I decided to be patient for a while longer. Parker, you still haven't found a job. What's your plan? I've worked hard in the past. This is just a long break. I'm not just sitting around. I'm studying for my future. That's good to hear. Since Parker quit his job, his parents, Melila and Nicholas, started visiting us more frequently, likely out of concern. When they heard he was preparing for his next job, they seemed relieved, but that was a blatant lie. The beer will run out today. Can you pick some up on your way home? Running out again? You really need to cut back. Fine, I won't ask you again. I'll get it myself. The truth was, Parker wasn't studying or job hunting. He spent his days binge-watching TV and drinking beer, trying to hide his unemployment from others. I didn't want to hurt his feelings by revealing the truth to my in-laws, so I stayed silent about the excuses he made. But 3 months had passed without any job hunting, and I finally decided it was time to speak up. Parker, maybe it's time to start looking for a job. You seem more settled now. What? It's only been a few months since I lost my last job. You want me to jump back in after what happened? I just thought this break had gone on long enough. Stop nagging. You can't understand what I'm going through since your job is going well. I have my struggles too. Everyone faces work problems and relationship issues. We all try to solve them. Let's work through this together. I get it. I'll look for a job. Parker walked away mid-conversation, clearly hurt by my words, but his agreement to job hunt felt like a small victory. I planned to apologize once he had cooled off. I got a job, thanks to your nagging. That's great. Where? At a supermarket nearby. So you'll need to learn the ropes and work hard, right? It's just part-time. No need to go overboard. Part-time or not, it's still a job. Do you have a problem with that? I hesitated to say anything more. Maybe even a little work could help him on his road to recovery. I decided to give it time. I'm home. Parker, you're back. How's the job? I quit the supermarket job. Why? It hasn't been that long. A college student there was being bossy, telling me to always stack the vegetable boxes at the bottom in storage. It felt like harassment. That student was probably just trying to help Parker learn the job. In any workplace, even a college student can have seniority. Parker had a pattern of hopping from job to job, unable to stick with any of them, and it had already been a year. So, what are you doing now? I'm working part-time at a pub. I've never done food and beverage before, but it's interesting, and I think I might have finally found my calling. Really? That's great, but isn't the income from a part-time restaurant job pretty low? That's fine. I'm currently apprenticing, working toward going independent. So, you plan to own your place someday? Exactly. The income is small now, but I'm working hard for my goal. Here, take this. Treat yourself to something nice for once. Parker continued to put on a good show for his parents, but I knew it was all a facade. Just 3 days after our conversation, he quit the pub job, lying to me and even taking money from his parents. I couldn't help but feel a wave of disappointment wash over me for my husband. So, I decided it was time to be a bit firmer. Hey, Parker, later please. I'm at a good part of the movie. You can pause it. I grabbed the remote from the table, paused the movie, and forced a conversation. It's frustrating to pause at the best part. What is it? Parker, you're 35, right? You know that's prime working age. Don't you think about the future? Spending all day at home, drinking and watching TV? There are plenty of 35-year-olds not working. Not working? Many people enjoy life without a job. True, work isn't everything, but those people have something else they're dedicated to. Do you have something like that? Yeah, you're upset about me not working. I'll look for another part-time job. Parker seemed intent on only pursuing part-time work, considering his reasons for leaving jobs and his struggles with finding new ones. I had tried not to hurt him, but it was time for Parker to bounce back. I needed to be stricter. One day at work, I received a text from Parker. Dad's retiring, so we're going to France to celebrate. Starting today, I'm borrowing your platinum card. Got to splurge on your credit card. Panic surged through me, and I called him immediately. What do you mean? A trip? Just what I said. I don't understand. You can't just borrow my credit card without asking. It's fine to celebrate Nicholas's retirement, but he should have consulted me first. This feels more like stealing. And why am I paying for a trip to France that I'm not even going on? Parker was probably bragging to his parents, making it sound like he was spending his own savings. The thought infuriated me, but one thing Parker said caught my attention. You borrowed the credit card from our house? Yeah, why? I do have a platinum card. Some people think you need a high income for it, but that's not true. Credit history, stable income, and other factors matter, and it's attainable in your 30s. The annual fee is high, but I use it for the benefits and points. However, that credit card is in my wallet. So, you took the credit card from home? Yeah. So, you're counting on me for the payment? Parker, clearly excited about his trip, was speaking provocatively. I had been patient with him for so long, but this was a good opportunity to take a stand. Parker thought he was clever taking my credit card. but he was in for a surprise. "What are you doing?" "We need to go." "Got it. I'm coming." "Sorry, I need to move on now. I'll catch up when I get back." "Just one more thing, that credit card you took won't work." "What? That can't be right. It's in Lila's name, and the expiry date is this month." "It's close, but it shouldn't be a problem." "Are you lying?" "You're lying to stop me from using the card, aren't you?" "That's easy to see through." "Yes, it expires this month. That's why I already received a new credit card." "What does that mean?" "So, I have 2 credit cards to use for a while now. Sometimes when a new one is activated, the old one stops working. I've already started using the new card, so the one you took won't work." "What? You're kidding, right? You think I'm lying?" "If you don't believe me, I can send you the URL to the credit card website, or you could try using the card. It would be amusing to see you attempt to pay with a card that doesn't work. This credit card really won't work." "Hey, hurry up." I heard his parents calling him from the background, but Parker seemed too flustered to hear them. "What should I do?" "I told them I'd cover everything except the round-trip travel." "Oh, they covered the flight?" "Yes." Dad felt bad about having all the trip costs covered. "What should I do? I'm about to take a cab, and I don't even have money for that." "That's not my problem. You said you would pay for everything but the flight. If that's the case, using my credit card in the first place was wrong. Pay with your own money." "How can I? I don't have any money." "Right, Parker, you haven't been working. Seriously, it's your fault for trying to look good taking your parents on a trip without any money." "I'm at work, so I have to hang up now. I just wanted to let you know about the credit card." Wait, I hung up and returned to work. Parker, unable to pay even for the cab, would have to come clean with his parents. That night, after I finished work, I received a call from Mila. "I heard from Parker. He tried to pay with your credit card and lied about working. I'm sorry for the trouble." "No, don't apologize, Mill. I'm sorry for the inconvenience regarding the credit card. Are you okay with the money? We'll cover this trip's costs when we get back. I'll make Parker apologize and find a job immediately." "I'm sorry, Mila, but I'm considering divorcing Parker." "Divorce because of this?" "It's part of it, but Parker has been taking money from me for a while now." "What?" "I stopped giving Parker money to curb his drinking. He started a part-time job and bought his own alcohol, but the salary from that job shouldn't cover his daily drinking habits. He was taking money from my wallet to buy alcohol. Over the past year, he repeatedly stole amounts ranging from $4 to $40. The total became significant. I hadn't been strict with him, hoping he would eventually turn things around. But when he stole my credit card for this trip, it wasn't just about $42 anymore. This leap in what he took convinced me he had no intention of improving. I respect your decision. Should I inform Parker about the divorce? Could you just tell him I want a divorce? We can discuss the details when he returns." The next morning, about an hour after my call with Mila, Parker called. He must have heard the news from her, but I had asked Mila to wait until he was back to discuss it. Too exhausted to engage, I decided not to answer. When I returned home from work the following evening, I found Parker there. He had cut his trip short. "I'll start working properly now. Please don't leave me," he pleaded as I entered the living room. His immediate apology felt sincere, but it came too late. He had an entire year to make changes and still asked for another chance. Despite my repeated warnings, he squandered every opportunity. "I'm not giving you another chance, Parker. You've given up on me. Can you please leave?" "Don't say that. If you want me to go, should I just move out?" "Only if you can afford the rent here." Parker fell silent. He didn't have money for next month's rent, let alone an income. The reality of our impending divorce hit him hard, making him realize the gravity of his situation. With nothing to take, he seemed to prepare to leave, likely heading to his parents' house. I considered asking if he had money for transportation, but he wasn't a child. He needed to manage his own affairs, whether he had funds or not. I watched sadly as he left. After going to his parents' house, Parker received a call from Mila. My in-laws let Parker stay for one night but asked him to leave the next day. They were worried he might become too dependent on them. It was a tough decision, but they thought it was necessary for his recovery. Kicked out by his parents, Parker returned to our house, pleading with me, "Please help me. I've got nowhere to go and no money." "That's the result of your own actions. You need to handle this on your own. Everyone faces hardships. And while it's okay to ask for help sometimes, for the past year, you've abandoned your responsibilities and done whatever you wanted. I turned him away from the doorstep, refusing to let him in. The divorce eventually went through. Parker was reluctant, but with his parents' support, it happened more swiftly than I expected. I have no idea what happened to Parker after that, but I imagine he's still hopping from job to job, making excuses. I thought I would feel lonely without him, but I didn't. His attitude had stressed me out, and I was always careful not to hurt him. Now, without the need to cater to anyone else, I find myself living more comfortably. I had been unconsciously burdened by our life together, and I'm relieved I didn't get dragged down with him. Now, I can finally live for myself.